Hi friends, it's Julia. Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel today. Today I'm sharing a layout that I created using my June 2019 Counterfeit Kit Challenge kit. And right now I'm showing you all the product that I've pulled that I might use a bit or a piece of. And I have pulled all kinds of stickers, enamel dots, enamel hearts, all types of ephemera, border strips, leftover bits and pieces. And so I'm going to try and use, not all of it, of course, but some of it. The inspiration for this layout has come from the 4x4 series over on RTS, Janet at RTS, her YouTube channel. If you've seen any of those, you know you pre-cut your paper to whatever the measurement she gives you, and you keep them separated, and for each layout you pull out different pieces of that paper that you've cut up. And so for this one, I have pulled in the 3x4 papers, and anyway, I had cut 2 horizontal pieces with my owl paper rather than 2 vertical pieces. So I pulled in my spare paper, one of the spare papers that I had in my kit with the feathers on it. And so I cut up a couple of pieces of those. Yeah, you can go over and get all the information about 4x4 over on Janet's blog at RTS, at her YouTube channel. You'll get all the information over there, and she gives you the cutting dimensions and everything. Anywho, so the layout, I want to back this photo with white cardstock, and I don't have any handy. So what I decided to do is get a piece of pattern paper. I had originally that color block that was left over from another layout, and I didn't want to use it to back with because I want all of that paper. I love that paper. So I get this one with the hearts and just use a bit of the back side to create this layout, or to create this photo mat, and I'm not going to miss that at all. And so I'm just going to start building up my page here. I have pulled in all types of bits and pieces from my stash kit as far as different ephemera, border strips, you name it, and I think I pulled a ton of it out. And so you see me there, I'm just kind of lining things up how I think I might want them, cutting off a little bit of an edge there that was left over when I took it off of the that's like a branding strip. It was a perforated edge, and so when I cut that off, it left a wee bit of that perforation on the edge of it. So I'm just cutting it down a little bit. I know it's OCD of me, and I probably could have left it on there and nobody would have ever known, but that's one of those things that bothers me. So yeah, rather than let it bother, I'll just take care of it. Anywho, so this entire kit has the paper pack that I pulled out, and I don't remember the name of it. I think it was an American Crafts one. Anywho, I had pulled it out, and there were some pieces in it that I truly loved. That floral piece that's behind the photo, as well as the chevron piece and the striped piece with the wood grain stripe piece. And all of my favorites are on this one page here, and that feather page. And then that black with multicolored polka dots on it. That's the other one that I really, really loved from this kit. And so I hate that I cut so much of it up into specified dimensions. So I feel like I'm not going to have as much use out of this paper pack as I want. And I'm getting pretty, by this layout, I've got a couple more that I'm going to share, but by this one, I am feeling kind of tired. And sitting here as I'm narrating this, I'm looking over at my kit and thinking, I have a lot more paper that I need to use with this kit before I can completely call it done. And I might make some more cards. I'm not 100% certain. I'm just feeling like, and I think it hurt my heart so much to cut those papers and then not be able to utilize them like I wanted to. Yeah, it hurt my heart. So I don't know necessarily that I will completely use up this entire kit. But we'll see. As time goes by, we'll see how I feel in a couple of days. I might be ready to have at it again. Trying to figure out what I want as far as a title there, or an embellishment piece there, and I pull out that one pocket page card and decide it's not what I want. So I pull out this smaller one, and it just says, love this so much, and has all those same multicolors on it. So yeah, I used that one. I don't think it actually went along with the paper pack that I pulled in, but it had all the same color that the paper pack had. So I'm glad to have been able to utilize a lot of those embellishments. And so I'm just going through now and placing things where I think I might want them. And that's the whole thing about when you create a layout. If you have a sketch or you don't have a sketch, then you can start off following something and then change it up altogether. And I do that quite a bit. I start something, I follow, like over on RTS, I kind of follow along with her, and whatever layout she's created, I kind of look at it and go, okay, I can do that. And then I end up changing things. It all works out. I really love using sketches only because, or following along with someone and basically copying their work or starting with their work as the sketch, if you will. And then I always tend to go off on my own. But I love the fact of a sketch because it gives you a general idea of where to put your central photo or your photos and your embellishment clusters. And that really takes a lot of the guesswork out of it for me. And sometimes when I'm not following along a sketch or someone else's layout as inspiration, I can work at it for a long time and be stuck and not move very much. Or very quickly, I should say. Sometimes if I do it on my own, it can take me 2 to 3 hours to get a layout done. Whereas if I start with the sketch 9 times out of 10 or somebody else's inspiration, it takes me anywhere from 30 minutes to maybe hour and a half tops to get it done. And so I really appreciate how much time and effort it takes away by using those tools that are out there for us to use. I've got all of these embellishments here. I'm just going through and trying stuff out that I think I might want. And you'll see piece by piece as I lay stuff down, you'll see how it all kind of pans out. I really do like how this layout turned out. But like I said, it has all of my favorite papers on it. So yeah. Recently, I have had a lot of new subscribers, and I want to say welcome. And thanks for subscribing to me. And to all of my older subscribers, thanks for sticking around. You guys have been around with me since I've created my YouTube channel a couple of years ago. And I really appreciate that. Not sure what has stirred up the sudden interest in my channel, because I've been plugging along with about the same number of subscribers until about the last, probably 2 or 3 months. And I think part of it had to do with the Christmas in July video series that I did, where I made all of my Christmas cards this past July in 2019 in 1 month. And I made over 80 cards in 1 month. And I love the way that I did it with little mini kits. And I can't wait till next year to do it again, because that was so much fun. But of course, next year I think I'm going to have to use 12 by 12 paper, because I think I pretty much used up most of my 6 by 6 paper pads. I think I have a couple left, but for the most part, the Christmas paper pads are, they're done. So anywho, this layout, I have that watercolor paper, and I saw that watercolor paper and I thought, oh my gosh, that pink to greenish yellow, how am I ever going to get that used up? And then the colors are just beautiful in the pattern papers that I chose to go along with this. I just love how this layout turned out. I love every single thing about it. I think I just love it. This is actually a Christmas photo of my husband's nephew and his family, his daughters. They have since had another baby, so they have actually 3 little girls now. Super sweet family. Anywho, so I'm looking again at the rest of the embellishments that I pulled out to see if there's anything else that I want to use. And you'll see as I go along, I just kind of tack things down where I think I want them. I don't fuss too much. I mean, if I see something and I think I want it there, I put it there. No second guessing. Sometimes I lift things up and move them around. Sometimes I take them off the layout. But for the most of the time, I pick it and stick it. Pick where I want to put it and then stick it down. Anywho, I just wanted to say I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Those of you who have been here for a while, does anybody have any recommendations on stuff they want to see on my channel? You guys know I do primarily kit scrapbooking, meaning that I make my own kits and then I use those to scrapbook with. And they typically will follow a manufacturer's kit or inspiration over at say the Counterfeit Kit Challenge blog. They have an inspiration kit every month. Most times it is from a company that puts kits together. Occasionally it's not. Like this month, this is September, and they chose a kit that I wasn't overly excited about, and so I went over to a different site. I went over to a Facebook group called Mini Kit Monday, and I actually created a kit using an inspiration board from their site. And so I love how that kit turned out. So there's always inspiration out there. So you guys know I make these kits and then I use them. I don't necessarily use it start to finish all in 1 month. I used to do that a long time ago, but anymore, with my job and my busy lifestyle, I can start a kit and get tired of looking at it and then move on to another kit and another kit and another kit and then come back to the first kit. And that's kind of what works for me at the moment. And so it takes some time to get the kits used up, but I always try and share them. So if you guys have any questions or if you have any suggestions on anything you'd like to see, if you have a paper collection or something that, you think I might have, ask. And I can see about, if I already have it kitted, if not, maybe making a kit with it to create some layouts. I think that's always fun to pull out that older stuff from your stash and mix it in with some of the newer things that you get and use that up to create layouts that look fresh and new. I look back through my oldest scrapbooks and I kind of laugh, because I did paper and pictures and that's all. I didn't use any embellishments. I didn't use any stickers. I just used pretty paper and pictures. And that was it. Much different than my style now. But I do get a kick out of looking at those older scrapbooks, and I wouldn't go back and change them for anything because it really shows a record of how my style has changed over the years and how I have become embellishment heavy, if you will. I love my embellishments, and I love to use embellishments on layouts, sometimes with no regard of whether it matches or not. Yeah, so anywho, if you guys are interested in seeing something specific, just let me know and I'll see what I can do to accommodate you guys. But I want you to know I really appreciate your support. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, if you haven't already subscribed, if you're new here, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. If you enjoy this and you want to see more, please hit the thumbs up button. If you want to be notified when I make new layouts, hit that bell notification. There's all kinds of ways to support me and the community on YouTube. Anyway, here are the close-ups. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.